I want to take a moment to analyze the running configuration on ASW1. Why? Because I want to see exactly what is configured right now on ASW1. What is happening? What is going on? Well, we have a host name of ASW1. We have a username and password set up in this particular case. We have an IP domain name set up of local. We're running IPSSH version 2. What else can we find down here? We have interface VLAN1 with an IP address. We have some passwords and transport input parameters set up underneath our VTY line. So there's configuration that has been done here on ASW1 that is beyond the default parameters. What does that mean? It means that I better save this. I have to save this, right? The running config right now is in RAM, random access memory, which is volatile. What happens if I lose power right now? I lose it all. I'm going to have to restart from scratch. I need to save this configuration locally. How do I do that? Well, I can use the copy command, and I'm going to copy my running configuration. And where am I going to copy the running configuration to? I'm going to copy to the startup configuration. Now, what is a startup configuration? It's a file that's going to be stored in NVRAM. And whenever a device loads, the device, after loading the operating system, looks in NVRAM for a startup configuration file. And when it finds that startup configuration file, it loads it. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make a copy of the running config to startup config. So if the device ever reloads, we still have our configuration file saved. But wait, before I do that, let's take a look right now at what the default startup configuration looks like. So show startup config. We'll see here that it is, wow, it's empty. It's blank. It says the startup configuration file is not present. So what that means right now is that if ASW1 ever lost power, RAM gets wiped out, and when the device reloads, there's nothing to load at all in the startup config. So the command is copy running config, startup config. Destination file name, startup config. Yes. I hit enter, execute it. And now I'm going to type in show startup config again. And we'll see here when we look at the startup configuration file, we now see information that was very, very, very similar to the running configuration earlier. And we'll scroll back up to the top and it will indicate exactly when the last configuration change was and when the last configuration update occurred as well at the top of the output. So now if we power cycle ASW1 or we have electrical issue and the device reboots, the startup configuration file in NVRAM is loaded and we are returned back to this exact configuration that we currently have at this moment in time. So that's saving it locally, your running config, to startup configuration file on your device.